Welcome to another program, Focus on Health. You know, I always do a tease, y'all, so I can tease. So let me think now. I've sent so many people in the community to this organization because I'm a firm believer in it, especially for seniors. And so I've sent a number of you there, and you're going to get some good information. I think that's enough of a tease until we come back. See you on the other end of this commercial.
Don't miss the 82nd Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a catfight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 7th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff times at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the Classic events, including the Classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the Classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the 82nd Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Good. Back to Focus on Health. Did you guess it? Well, if you didn't, I'm going to tell you right now. I have here to my right Miss Katie Howard. And Katie is, Katie, you're going to have to look in that camera and tell everybody what your title is. But it's the River Valley Regional Commission Area on Aging. So, Katie, if you can look into that camera, tell them your title, how long you've worked for the River Valley, a little bit about the River Valley and the catchment area, so that our viewing audience can know something about Katie Howard.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am the director of the Area Agency on Aging. I've worked for the Regional Commission off and on for about 30 years, but just recently in the last 2 years, I've been the director of the Area Agency on Aging. The Regional Commission, which we are part of, covers 16 counties in southwest Georgia. We go as high as Harris, north as Harris, as far east as Cordele, and as far south as Fort Gaines, and the Chattahoochee River is our western border.
You see, Katie, you see how sharp Mike and Bruce are? While you were talking about area, Bruce already put that slide up there. So we're going to jump into the next slide, Bruce. Tell everybody about the mission.
Our mission is we want to create a sustainable and a livable community for all seniors and persons with disabilities. That population is growing so fast that we need to make sure that our communities are livable for them. We also want to make sure that we provide information, education, and accessibility to services. Our vision is being informed, being prepared, and living well.
You wanted something, Katie, I couldn't have said that any better myself. That's why I'm glad that you're here on the program, because I couldn't have said it. For my viewing audience, if you know me and you're a senior and you have a problem, you know I've sent you to the Area Agency on Aging. They're just a marvelous organization. They cover A through Z. So what I've got today, I've got a number of the individuals there who work in the various parts of the Area Agency on Aging. We're going to do a cover, just an overview, but then I'm going to bring each one, maybe two at a time back, like I've done with other organizations, in order to give you a more further understanding. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, let's talk about the Area Agency on Aging. It says Aging and Disability Resource Connection, ADRC. Let's hit every one of these things. What is it? Is that the organization?
The ADRC is a part of the Area Agency on Aging. It's one of the most important parts because that's your first stop, your first phone call.
Oh, okay, when you call in.
Right.
Okay.
You call in and you can get information about services, and we can also screen for different services to see if you're eligible. We can also help you with something we call options counseling, which is basically to come up with ideas, brainstorm on ways. If you're not eligible for a program that's subsidized, is there some other way that you might be able to get help?
Oh, so you cover the whole gamut.
Yes.
And I do remember when I first got in touch, Frenetta, who's everybody's going to see, she was doing that job at one time. So I do remember that. Home delivered and senior center meals, very close to my heart.
Well, home delivered meals, otherwise known as Meals on Wheels, are delivered to people who are homebound in our 16 county area. We're serving hundreds of meals a day. POPS is a volunteer here in Columbus. We're always looking for more volunteers to deliver meals. It's a great way to give back, and you don't have to spend a tremendous amount of time, but you really get to know the people that you're delivering for. We have 12 senior centers located in our region. There you get a hot meal. It's nutritious because we actually have a nutritionist who prepares our menus, and they're cooked either in Columbus or in Americus. We have games, we have field trips, we have all kinds of things going on at the senior center. There's exercise equipment. It's a great way to go and meet new friends.
And I'm glad you mentioned it because it is something. The worst thing that a senior can do, and all seniors, we gravitate, even my wife when she got ill, start to self-isolate. When here in Columbus and in your catchment area, there's so many things for seniors to do. And I might want to add too, by the way, to everybody, my wife May and I, she's the navigator. She directs me. The only thing I do is I just steer the car, but she navigates us every second Friday of the month, delivering Meals on Wheels. It's also a blessing because it helps individuals in the program put eyes on the seniors who are home. Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program.
We're just finishing that up. That's a program that we do in partnership with the Department of Public Health and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, where we bring a farmer to a senior center or sometimes to public housing or senior housing complexes, and we provide vouchers for food. Each senior gets a $20 voucher, which they can then go to the farmer who is there and choose their fresh fruits and vegetables.
I think that's a marvelous thing, and I was so excited when Shamika invited me to one of the first ones. It was just exciting to see that. Community Care Services Program.
Community Care is a Medicaid waiver program. Most of you probably know that Medicaid is an eligibility by your income, unlike Medicare where you're eligible by your age or possibly a disability. But this, as a Medicaid waiver program, it's a way for us to divert people from a nursing home that may not need to be there. There is a place for nursing homes in our community because that's where some people, because of their physical condition, need to be. But there are others with a little bit of help that could remain at home. This program allows that, and it does it in a much less expensive way than we having to pay in a nursing home. So as taxpayers, it's great for us. As individuals, it's even better because we're letting people live where they want to live.
Boy, Kay, you're just awesome. The way you just rattle that off, it is inclusive too. Okay, Caregiver Services and Chronic Disease Self-Management Program.
Caregiver Services, anybody who's been a caregiver knows that that is one of the most stressful jobs you'll ever have in your life. Taking care of your children is stressful, but if you're taking care of your parent, your grandparent, your aunt, your uncle, or even a sibling, that's different because they're adults. So we have something called a CareNet. We meet quarterly, and that's a way for them to get a little education and information about different services in the community, but also just to talk to other caregivers. When you're talking about social isolation, a caregiver can get very isolated, and it's really important for them to know that there's somebody else going through this. It's not just me that's getting so frustrated.
That's exactly
Other people are too.
You know, and you just educated me because that's now, as long as I've been in contact with you all, Katie, I didn't know you did that.
We've been doing that for a while. It's in partnership also with the Rosalind Carter Institute out of Americus. So this is a statewide program, which I believe they're trying to make it nationwide as well.
So this also includes a caregiver into things like respite, because a lot of them don't even know just how important respite is, to take a break, walk away for a bit, and that there are services. So I'm glad you educated me on that. This is Robert's forte, case management, but let's hit on it. We're going to have Robert tag team, or you're going to pass the baton to Robert, sitting over here to my left, and he's going to go in more into, but just talk a little bit about case management.
Case management is for people who are having to go on the waiting list because we can't put them on right away, but their need is very great. They're in a situation that they need help quickly. Right. So Robert will go and meet with them and identify what are their goals, what are they trying to achieve, and then work on a care plan, an action plan as to what can be done. Right.
Home and community-based services.
That's one that's very popular. These are services that we provide usually in the home, like a Meals on Wheels. It might be a homemaker aid, personal care aid. It's things to help you in the home, and then the community-based part of it is transportation. We have bus services in 14 of the 16 counties, I think. Not sure about that one. And we also, in Columbus, we have medical transportation.
Good. Georgia Cares.
Georgia Cares is a great program. I know you're very familiar with that one, Pops.
Yep.
That is your way of getting information about Medicare, all the different plans, evaluations, also about fraud with Medicare. Medicare fraud is a big problem.
Yes, huge.
I've heard that it's more profitable for someone to steal your Medicare number than your Social Security number, which really surprised me. But you think about how many people and how many millions and millions of dollars are being billed to Medicare every day.
You're right.
It's a huge thing, and we can provide unbiased help with that.
money follows the program. I mean, the person.
Money Follows the Person is our nursing home transition program. Again, there are people that are already in the nursing home that may, with a little help, be able to move outside and live at home. So that's a great program. That one is Medicaid eligible, so you do have to meet certain income qualifications, but it's still a good program for people and a good option.
There are so many different programs that this organization handles that benefits the community. And what is shocking to me is the fact that so many people, so many viewers still do not know about all the services. So the goal here is for someone like Katie, who's an encyclopedia. You can see that encyclopedic knowledge that she has, that can rattle off all the programs, hit the highlights. But at the same time, we've got to come back to just to break it down a little bit more. Just the caregiver services for the caregivers, I didn't know anything about that. And so now we're going to this where you have to give out some numbers. So if you can just look in here and just in this camera here and just say, if you have questions about services for seniors and persons with disabilities, call us.
If you've got questions, please give us a call. It doesn't matter what your income is, it matters what your need is. If you've got questions, call us. We've got 1-800-615-4379 or 706-256-2900. Please give us a call. We'd love to talk to you.
Great. Now, you already touched on some of the other stuff here in your conversation. You did such an excellent job. We don't need to go to this slide. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a break now, and we're going to bring on Robert Andrews. They say on the program, come on down, Robert. We're going to ask Robert to come on down and talk about some case management. So we're going to be back on the other end of this commercial so we can change people, change mics and all that.
Hope is more powerful than any disaster. Help victims of the recent hurricanes and thousands of other disasters across the country each year. Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcross.org.
I am a teenager.
I am online.
I enjoy sharing thoughts,
music,
Videos.
Ideas. Information.
I will not
I will not be a victim to threats,
to stalking,
to soliciting,
to predators.
I will be responsible. I will be careful.
I will be honest,
I will be smarter. I would get my parents involved.
I will protect myself,
I will be safe.
I am a teenager.
and I
And I
Will not.
be bullied.
Welcome back to Focus on Health, and guess what? To my right here, I have Mr. Robert Andrews, and he's with the area on aging. He's going to talk about case management. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you.
And would you look into that camera and just take about 20, 30 seconds, tell people about yourself, your forte, what you do at the area on aging, how long you've been there, and give them a number to contact you.
Okay. Like Pop said, I'm Robert Andrews. I'm the case manager with the River Valley Area Agency on Aging. I've been there about 6 months, so I'm still a little fresh, but as a case manager, I specialize in elderly and disabled clients who might be frail or lack a formal support system and might need extra help beyond the home-delivered meals, homemaker assistance, and some of the stuff.
And Robert does a good job because I've called him. He's only been here 6 months, but they've kept him busy. Besides the two elders that I've asked him to go check on, real problematic cases, but he's very, very, very professional, very knowledgeable, knows how to do assessments, knows how to help seniors and direct them and just shepherd them, because a lot of us seniors do need that. And so, Robert, I really appreciate all that you do. So let's talk a little bit, Robert, about case management.
Okay.
It's designed to provide you with all of the information you need about resources available in our community.
Yes, sir. So, like I said before, you know, the first way we come in contact with the clients is through the ADRC, the Aging and Disability Resource Connection. And so, once clients are screened for the home and community-based services, and our screeners determine that they may need a little extra help, they may lack support, they may be frail, homebound, and a home delivered meal or a homemaker aid may not be a fix-all for their problems. I'll go out to the home and pay them a home visit and do a more in-depth assessment.
Right.
And, you know, I'm hesitant to say, you know, every client, this is what I do, because every client is different.
Every client's different.
And so I like to hear directly from the client, you know,
Sure.
what their needs are, and kind of work together with them to build a care plan and you know, help them in their well-being.
And that's the most important thing about Robert's job, is that even if it's a loved one that calls in and they give their subjective opinion, Robert is trained and educated to go out there and take subjective information from the person, but also be trained objectively to look for exactly what the person needs. So I'm glad that you said it is individualized.
Yes, sir.
And you have to be trained for something like that. I mean, it's not anything that people pick up, because you have to look for cues that when you're doing your assessment. And I've called Robert on 2 different occasions, 2 different circumstances for seniors, myriad problems. There's so many things when you go out into a home to assess someone, as I know you know.
Yes, sir.
But you really have to be able to confront individuals where they are.
Yes, sir. And like I said, it's not a one-size-fits-all
Right.
type of assessment that I do. You know, I have so many different examples of things I've helped clients with. I've got clients who have student loans that still haven't been paid.
Isn't that something else for seniors? That's huge, isn't it?
Right.
Because that shows you that they're in some type of financial duress.
Mm-hmm. I've got a client who is both deaf and semi-illiterate, and he's living on his own for the first time. So
That's awesome. Something like that gives me a chill, Robert. I mean,
Right.
really, and because that's crucial. I mean, something like that is very, very, very important. Independence. You know, when my wife got ill, our children were very, come and live with us. You know, and as seniors, you want to be independent
Yeah.
on your own. What you just said right now just gave me a rush, because you really have benefited a person's quality of life.
right.
And that's what your job is
Right.
enhancing individuals' quality of life.
Yes, sir. And you know what I found in the short time I've been doing the job is the ability for the clients to achieve their goals and their well-being. It's already there. You just need some help.
Your education expertise helps to nurture them
Right.
through that,
Right.
and give them that self-assurance, and confidence,
Right.
and really help them realize their dreams. And one of the things you mentioned, because it is different, you have to do individual care plans.
Right.
And they are care plans. One of the things in nursing school that gave me a difficult time was doing care plans, because you had to really know what you're doing. And I'm going to have you back, Robert. I know you have another appointment to go to.
Yes, sir.
So I want to be sensitive for your time. But I want to have you back because we're just touching the tip of the iceberg with all that you do. And I want to have you and someone else come back so that you both can take about 15 minutes apiece on this program to really dig down deep into what you all do. But when I saw you the first time walking up to that house after I called you with Johnny on the spot, I appreciate you. I know you straightened out the situation for that person, and I sincerely appreciate it. Robert's got to rush, and let me look at my little notes. We got Cheryl Maddox, who's going to become talking about Georgia Cares, one of the many programs that that this organization has. And I'm going to sit down and try to pick Katie's brain in between commercials and all to find out how we can maybe try to hook up so more and more people in the community can know everything that the River Valley Regional Commission Area Agency on Agency does. So we're going to take a break so that Robert can switch mics with Cheryl, and Cheryl can be here when you come back. See you on the other end of this commercial.
Don't miss the 82nd Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, featuring the Morehouse Maroon Tigers versus the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. This is a cat fight you don't want to miss. Saturday, October the 7th at the A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time is at 2 p.m. Be sure to check out all the Classic events, including the Classic cocktails and networking. Don't you dare miss the Classic parade, tailgating, and one of the largest vendor fairs around. That's the 82nd Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic, the granddaddy of them all.
Welcome back to Focus on Health. And guess what? We switched up. To my right, I have Ms. Cheryl Maddox. Cheryl is going to talk about Georgia Cares. Cheryl, please look into that camera right there and tell them, take about 30 seconds, tell them about you, how long you've been with the Area on Aging, and the number that they can contact you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Cheryl Maddox. I'm with the Great River Valley Area Agency on Aging, and I am the Georgia Cares Coordinator. You can reach us at 1-866-552-4464, option 4.
See that Cheryl didn't even say area. She said the Great Area on Aging. Patty, I like that one. Great Area on Aging. Okay, Cheryl, talk a little bit about Georgia Cares.
The Georgia Cares program is a state health insurance assistance program, and what the Georgia Cares program does, it assists Medicare beneficiaries with their questions. So instead of calling Medicare, they can call us, and we can do a little bit more for them. We can do plan comparisons with help them decide which plan is the best plan for them.
And that's crucial.
It is.
Because there are so many different advantage plans out there calling seniors, wanting to, but here's the thing, they want to sell their plan. They're benefiting. I'm not saying that they're bad, but their focus is selling to the senior their plan. But it may not be the best plan for them. It may not be the best plan that covers all their medication, etc.
Right.
What I like about your program, Cheryl, is the fact that you're unbiased. You get nothing out of it, and this is what I like most of all. As seniors, we want somebody who will sit us down like y'all do and take your time and explain every iota, every nook and cranny of a program.
Yes, sir.
Because we need that. And because the reality of the situation, we're going to be stuck with that, whatever we have, for a year. Am I right? Yes.
That's true.
Right, and so we really need someone like you with your expertise that can look at the person, find out what their needs are, their medication, and really guide them in the right direction, not getting any benefit from anything. And the biggest thing that I know from y'all that I really love about y'all is time. In fact, let me tell a quick story. Before you were hired, Shamika, I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with my godmother. She was 91 then, or maybe 90. Anyway, she was having trouble with ophthalmic medication. Called Shamika here. Shamika hooked up Medicare and got my godmother reduced rates on her medication. Mm-hmm. So you see how important something like this here, and this is something I know that I'm speaking to someone who could use Cheryl's, and Cheryl is very nice, by the way. She's real patient. I've met with Cheryl a number of times. Cheryl will be coming out every open season and sitting down with everybody and helping you. And so Georgia Cares is a program, and I'm going to have Katie talk when she comes back on a little bit more in depth, because Cheryl, this is a program, a really good program that might be in danger of being eliminated by the government, or either the money's cut or reduced it. Right. And so we don't want that to happen.
Of course not.
We want to have you come on and I can sit down with you. Maybe my wife and I might be coming and saying, Cheryl, can you guide us on some things?
Yes, sir.
And so I want you to know that I really appreciate all that this program does and all that you do. Mm-hmm. And would you look into that program again and give them your name and give them your number?
Again, my name is Cheryl Maddox, and our number is 1-866-552-4464, option 4. Give us a call, because Georgia cares.
You know, and before we do this here, I just want to cover one other thing. Mm-hmm. I did say prescription drug coverage, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And long-term care insurance and all those things.
Yes, sir. There's a couple of other programs I can speak on.
Well, do that, please.
Okay.
I want you to hit everything that you want to talk about.
Okay, there are some programs out there that we can assist Medicare beneficiaries with saving money. There's a Medicare savings program that helps save, if you qualify for the program, that can save money with your Part B premium. That's what they take out for you to have.
That's huge.
Medicare,
sure.
Yeah, and there's also the Extra Help program. That program lowers the cost of your medications, so we can assist.
That had to be what Shamika did for my godmother then.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want you. I'm up here trying to go to the next person. You got a whole bunch of stuff: prescription drug coverage, long-term care insurance, public and and private health insurance coverage options. You do a whole bunch of work that I was about to let go on. But those programs that you offer, if a senior can save $1, it's worthwhile for us, because we're all on fixed incomes, the majority of us. And so I'm really glad that you did mention those cost savings, because those are extremely important. And what I like about you, Cheryl, is that you take the time. So much when salespeople come in, they rush you, and you're confused a lot of times anyway about what they're talking about, but you break things down, you explain the terminology, and you methodically go through and you do what's best for the senior. We do not want this program, this state health insurance program, to go by the wayside. And when Katie comes back, what we've done here at the local level, here at the Area Agency on Aging, is that we are meeting with seniors and asking the seniors to call their congressional representatives to let them know how important it is to keep Katie out there helping y'all out in the community, because it's very, very, very valuable. And let me ask you one other thing, Katie. Suppose somebody, Cheryl, suppose somebody calls in, because a lot of us seniors cannot come to the Area on Aging.
Oh, yes, sir. I've done that before. While I went to them, I go to their home, and I take
Great.
someone with me. But we go out there, we will come to you and assist you.
And see, and the reason I mentioned that, because in conversations before, you had mentioned how you went into a senior's home and helped the seniors. So this state health insurance program is needed by our senior population, and we've got to take positive steps. We are going to be meeting at the Area Agency on Aging every other month. We're meeting this month, but the next month will be in November when we meet. And we want to have as many seniors come to the meetings at the Area on Aging, so that we can be involved and really form a coalition where we can, seniors vote, and every politician, to include myself, are very sensitive to that VOTE word, so that we can, as a group of seniors, as a coalition, make sure that all the benefits that we're entitled to are just not slashed and cut. And so next online, I've got so many people coming in here. Oh, let me ask you this here. We did Georgia Cares. We didn't talk about the Senior Medicare Patrol, did we?
No, sir. We can talk
Well, let's
about
cover that. The Senior Medicare Patrol Project, known as Senior Medicare Patrol, empowers seniors to prevent healthcare fraud, which happens a lot.
Right. This program, it empowers seniors on how to protect their personal information, how to detect those billing errors on their explanation of benefits or Medicare summary notice, and how to report it, which is to call us.
Because seniors are preyed upon.
Yes, sir.
I've received calls. But I know when someone's jumping out the box wrong. But it happens to a lot of seniors, and I've been approached by a lot of seniors in the community who have been taken advantage of. So that's something else that Cheryl does. And now Cheryl will travel. If you can't come to there, she's going to come to you. You can't get it any better than that. Cheryl, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to have you come back on the show again to talk more in detail about the state health insurance program and Georgia Cares.
Okay.
We've got 2 other guests that are going to be coming. Ebony's coming next. And then after Ebony is going to be Frenetta. See you in a couple of minutes.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
Got somebody else here? Ebony Key is going to be talking about all the volunteer programs for this marvelous programs that the Area on Agency has. So Ebony, I want you to just look into that camera right there. Take about 30 seconds, tell everybody about Ebony, how long you've been with the Area Agency on Agency, and how they can call your contact number.
Hello. My name is Ebony Morris Key, and I'm the Georgia Cares Volunteer Coordinator at River Valley Area Agency on Aging. I recruit all the volunteers within our agency, and I can be reached at 1-866-55. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll just go through the number, 1-866.
1-866 552-4464.
There we go. That's it. That ain't no big thing. We can take care of that.
Okay.
Talk about the Georgia Cares volunteer programs, all the volunteer programs.
Okay, well, the Georgia Cares program is actually it's a volunteer-based program. So we have several different categories where our volunteers can actually provide services for. We have the partner volunteer, we have the educator volunteer, we have administrative, the counseling, and hero, and they stand for Peach Pals.
Oh, okay, so that's where the word peach comes in.
That's where the word peach comes from, the Peach Pals. And they all contribute to the Georgia Cares program, and we have expanded that to our volunteers actually assisting other programs throughout the Area Agency on Aging.
Oh, if anyone wants to volunteer, it says all volunteers are asked to commit to at least, 4 hours of service per month for at least 6 months. So if you volunteer, you have to commit to that 4 hours of service per month for 6 months.
Well, that's what we ask. We can't force anyone to dedicate the services. However, they really do like volunteering for us, and they stay longer. And they volunteer longer as well.
And I can tell why, because people feel good when the good Lord has blessed them. They feel good by giving. So I know that you get a lot of people that come to you that, really, they can ask if they want to stay longer.
Yes, I do. We have intern students who also volunteer with the Georgia Cares program for a long time, so they can get their intern hours along with volunteering and committing outreach to the community.
I didn't think about that, so that could be any of the students who need intern hours. It could be any kind of a student that needs any kind of intern hours. They can get together with you.
Yes, they can get together with me, and if they would like to do a certain amount for Georgia Cares, they can, and then all of the wonderful programs that our agency has, they can also contribute volunteer hours to other programs within our agency.
You can't beat anything like that. So what I want you to do now is go give them that number again so that they'll have it. 1-866 what?
1-866-552-4464. Option 4.
And ask for?
Ebony Key.
Woo!
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. Ebony, I want to thank you. We're going to have you come back, talk more about the volunteer, what some of the volunteers are doing. And I'm going to get together with Katie, because I definitely want you, because we're covering so much. I want to try to break it down so that our viewing audience will know more. The really important thing is that they're finding out about you all and getting the numbers. And I want to thank you for hooking up volunteer. I'm going to have to send my granddaughter to Ebony Key to volunteer some hours. So I appreciate you, Ebony. We're going to be coming back with Frenetta Miles. Will be coming in a couple of minutes. Bye-bye. There we go.
This is your new kitten or your new puppy. Every day, 70,000 puppies and kittens just like them are born in the U.S. Cute, right? Well, what's not cute is that half of all litters are accidents. And when a kitten has a litter of oopsies and a puppy has a litter of uh-ohs, pretty soon you have thousands and thousands of OMGs. And that leads to millions of pets being killed in shelters each year. But if 80% of pet owners say they believe in spaying and neutering, then what gives? Well, it turns out those sweet little fuzzballs can get pregnant sooner than you think. A lot sooner. But here's the good news. You can stop the accident before it happens. You just have to remember one number. 4, as in 4 months. When you bring home Maggie or Ruby or Puddle or Clyde, get them fixed at 4 months. It can be old enough to get pregnant, and it's definitely young enough to make a difference. Prevent more, fix at month 4.
Welcome back to Focus on Health. And you know who I have to my right? I have someone who didn't want to be on camera for years, didn't want to come on camera, and I finally got her thanks to Katie. Miss Frenetta Miles is right here. And look, in case I have to call the police for y'all, it'd be Frenetta. Just remember that name, Frenetta. Something happens to me. Frenetta, I want you to look into that camera and tell everybody something about yourself.
Hi, my name is Frenetta Miles, and I've been with the Area Agency on Aging, and that's River Valley Regional Commission Area Agency on Aging for over 17 years. And I've worked in gerontology for over 23 years.
So you see, Frenetta has a whole bunch of information, and we consider, I'm talking about the Barnes family, we consider Frenetta family, even though she's going to beat me up, because my wife is what you call this, related to you, Hal?
She's not related to me. Your wife is friends with a family member of mine.
That's exactly,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that makes us related then,
That's
okay.
exactly right. But because she's one of my wife's closest friends, so that makes me and Frenetta family. So, but if anything happens to me, because she's on camera, I want you to remember the name Frenetta. Frenetta, I want you to talk about all the things that you do. First slide, Bruce, please. Okay, let me just read them off, and then I'm going to have you talk individually.
Okay.
These are all the programs, and I don't know how you balance your time, because I know there are so many of these programs. I've taken a couple of them, but you got to be smart, one, to be on top of it. Tai Chi for arthritis, and Frenetta, I want my wife and I to be the next program that you have to be participants, because we both have arthritic problems. Powerful tools for caregivers, Matter of Balance, which I took that excellent course, and chronic disease self-management and diabetes self-management. So let's start with Tai Chi for arthritis.
All right, well, Tai Chi for arthritis, we all know that Tai Chi is an ancient Chinese martial art, and it's known better for its slow, fluent, and meditative movements. And when you take this course as a participant, you will learn the Sun-style Tai Chi movements and sequences that will help you improve your balance. It'll help you improve your breathing, and even your physical strengthening too. It helps with physical strengthening.
And those are all the things that you did that seniors need. Even I have balance problems, and it just comes with normal aging. And when you talk about strength and flexibility, so all of these things here in this Tai Chi, it helps the seniors work with these things.
Oh
here.
yes, oh yes. Right.
Okay, how about powerful tools for caregivers?
Well, the Powerful Tools for Caregivers program is for someone who's caring for a loved one. If you're caring for a loved one, you are a caregiver, and this program is for you. The program, it teaches you special techniques to deal with, certain issues that you might have as a caregiver. And when you're caring for a family member, we all know that can be very, very hard. Sometimes it can be very hard.
It can be very hard, and something that you mentioned that's really important, what I like to mention to the viewing audience, is that we can have love for a loved one. That's huge, but may not have the skills, as Frenetta was talking about, to take care of them. And that's where the training and the instruction that Frenetta offers really comes into play, because we have the love element, but we don't have the skill or education set to take care, to really fully take care of our loved ones. So that's why it's really invaluable what Frenetta is doing.
Right.
Matter of Balance.
Oh yeah, one of yours.
Well,
we know that Matter of Balance is a program that's designed to help older adults overcome fear of falling, because some people have the thought that just because I'm older, I'm gonna fall. That's not necessarily the case.
Bingo.
It can be something as simple as your medication change, or pops, you might need new glasses.
That's exactly
right. You just never know. You just never know.
She's getting after me for my glasses.
Exactly. It could be something as simple as that, but it addressed the fear of falling that people have, older people, or even the younger. It doesn't matter.
But specifically for us older adults, when we fall, we oftentimes do ourselves some serious injury. And the Matter of Balance really teaches, and I went through the course with Frenetta. It's an excellent course. It helped me to help my wife, who has really serious balance problems. I have balance problems a lot, but it teaches you how to offset that and a lot of things. And Frenetta teaches an excellent, and I would encourage every senior, the classes that are here that they're offering, I would encourage. My wife and I can't wait, Frenetta, for you to get the Tai Chi, because my wife, she's at the stage, and even I, where we need that. And can I do that Sun Karate? Is that what you?
That's karate. That's not Tai Chi.
Okay. Well, she's corrected me now. I'm just teasing. But the bottom line is the courses, the Tai Chi, which my wife and I hope to, the Matter of Balance, it has helped my wife and I tremendously. And so she really has a lot of specialized courses that she teaches that really helps the senior population. Let's talk about chronic disease self-management program.
Well, chronic disease self-management program, short for CDSMP, and DSMP, which is diabetes self-management program. This is for individuals who have chronic conditions, and for someone who, you know, if you have a chronic condition, it helps you to take control of your health through self-management, through problem solving, and through action planning as well. And the DSMP, which is diabetes self-management program, it focuses exclusively on diabetes, or either for if you're caring for a loved one with diabetes.
And I've taken this course here, very, very, very good course. What I like about the chronic disease self-management program is that Frenetta teaches you, actually empowers you to specifically confront and correct and manage the specific problems that you may have as a person. And so this is an excellent program. I've taken it, and I can tell you Frenetta is an excellent teacher. Now, I want you all to look. She did not want to come on camera, was sitting up there on the side like she was in the dentist's office, getting ready to get a root canal. But you see how well that she's done here, even though she talked about my bifocal glasses here. But Frenetta is a friend, and I just appreciate everyone that came here on the River Valley region. I support them. We're going to have to wind down the program because we're going to go in a little over 30 minutes. But I want to say thank you, Frenetta.
You're welcome. Thank you, Councilman Barnes.
And you see, she did very well. And at the end of each program, I always say, until next time, look out and take care of yourself. Bye-bye. We didn't get it.